All right, so my name is Franz Liuaana. I am a content creator based here in Auckland. How did I get to the industry? Yeah, it's a good one because it started about, I'd say, 5 years now when I first picked up the camera or first made the decision to actually move into this space. I had nothing. I had literally two 30-second videos that I kind of made with my GoPro that I thought was impressive, but I look back on it right now, it was pretty shit. For me personally, my way to get out of the creative block is going to people's places. So what I normally do is, if I get a creative block, I won't just try to randomly try to think of a video to make, because it doesn't just work like that for me. For me, I go, a lot of the time I would pop to Johnny's house, Johnny Tuivasa, and we sit there and just talk for a long time. And all of a sudden you're generating ideas, generating inspiration, just doing all the things that just calm you down. So just to get you back in a state of just calmness. I can't do much thinking when I'm kind of stressed or panicked and trying to force a creative idea out. Like it doesn't really work like that for me. And it might be those jobs that we talked about that you don't want to do, but to relieve that financial stress, you need to take those jobs. Really poke that sort of inner sort of ego of yourself that I shouldn't be doing this stuff. I don't want to do this stuff. I spent a lot of time from perfecting my craft to be taking a step back. But I think every time you do work, I don't think you're actually taking a step back. Sometimes at least you're taking a step. But at the end of the day, you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep progressing, and you can't always stay still. The most asked question that sits in my inbox, probably weekly. What do I need to start with? What camera do I need? And what lens do I need, or what editing software can I use? It's a tough one, right? Because a lot of it is based around, what can you afford? And people that say the more expensive the gear, the better the quality. And some would say that you don't need expensive gear to achieve something amazing. But at the end of it does. The reality is that when you buy expensive stuff, it gives you an expensive look. It gives you a different look. But to start with, just either use what you have, figure out what you want to do, and see what the rest of the industry is using, and do that. And then go from there. If you can't afford it, then just look at what's out there right now, right? Like if you're trying to create content for social media, a lot of it's just shot on your phone, right? A lot of your phone, you got a ring light, and then you got an app that stuff like CapCut, Adobe Rush, or there's a whole bunch of different little apps. It all depends what you want to do, really. Yeah, I think at this point in life, I think we had the same conversation with other people as well, other creatives. Like everyone has their own certain goal they're trying to achieve. Whether in the social game, you're trying to achieve increase in followers. Where you're in the commercial game, you're trying to increase your presence in the cinematographer realm of things, or I'm trying to get these awards for making this ad. Everyone's got their own goals. Like for me personally, it's just, I just want to do the work, I just want to create something, and then if you're happy, I'm happy, that's cool, life goes on, if I don't get an award, I don't get an award. If I get followers, I don't get followers, or I do get followers, but just create, have fun, and just keep moving forward. That's the goal every time, and the end goal is just, hopefully it smiles. That's the smaller people that now stand out more than anything, right? At the very early stage where I see it, it took a long time for people to get to the cinematography level and professional level that work with all the GQs films. And that was the one pathway, right? You had to do your time, your 10 years in the industry before you get to that seat and direct. But now it's, with digital, your own presence, you can create your own stuff. And now you can be seen. It's a competitive space now, which is good. Competition's good. It's a healthy competition. A lot of people work a lot, obviously harder to get to a certain point to perfect their craft, which probably that tension sits. I spent 20 years in the industry to make film. He spent 1 year on social media making a video, and now the progression is, he's getting more views because, his digital marketing is better than where I do it. At the end of the day, it's I don't see it as unfair. At the end of the day, they've all got the same tools, right? All I know is what's coming, and the use of AI, and the reaction to it currently. It's either always improved our workflow, or it's also taken our jobs away for some people. So it's a double-edged sword, that particular thing. But no, I don't know. It's a sit and wait game, to be honest, to see how it works. and you can either stick with old traditional ways to progress forward and use the tools as usual, or you can jump onto the AI side and work quicker, turn around things quicker. At the end of the day, people sometimes still want to work with humans, and that's the best thing about it. But you kind of have to coexist as technology climbs. It's kind of inevitable, so it's going to happen. Just have to figure out a way to work together or work with it.